All right, Shalom. Uh, this the brother Kaya. I'm coming to do a sit down on just the error that being a man. But prior to getting started, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rikakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to those true items out here that's pushing in the name of the Lord, truth and sincerity. And the first precept I want to go into is 2nd Esdras 3:21. And the reason why I'm going into it because error begins in a man's heart, man. And it's only right that I go back to the beginning where Adam also had error. He bad error in his heart, man. All right, so this 2nd Esdras 3:21, it says, for the first Adam, bearing a wicked heart transgressed. All right, because error caused you to fear in your mind, man. Or it caused you to lack fear in your mind, because we know the beginning of fear is the knowledge of God, man. Beginning of knowledge is the fear of the Most High. So it says, and was overcome, and so be all they that are born of him. All right, because error is a stage, you know, that all men basically pass through or have to walk through, man. You know, that be that fire and water set on each side. It says, thus infirmity was made permanent because we add off in our minds, man. Right? What we like to say, burning our own lust, going after our own thoughts, man. You know, thinking that we know the way, we know what's right. It says that thus infirmity was made permanent, and the law also in the heart of the people with the malignity of the root. All right, so I wanted to get with the malignity of the root because that's heavy in its own. All right. And this malignity, from the late 14th century, malignity, extreme enmity or evil disposition toward another, a deep-rooted spite, a ill will, a spite. All right. It's the quality of being extremely evil, man. Against, right? So it says, and the law also in the heart of the people with the malignity of the root is being evil towards the law, man. It says, so that the good departed away and the evil abhorred still, which is still today, man. That's why we psychologically challenge between good and evil, man. Right? That's the battle and the condition which we fight within our own spirits, man. All right. Now let me get this. Sirach 15 and Salaki. I'm gonna get Job 19:4, then come back to that Sirach. All right. So this Job 19:4, it says, and be it indeed that I have erred, right? Usually when you err, you sin, you go in a direction of sinning through erring off, meaning going out of the ways of the scriptures, not remembering the pathways of righteousness. It says, and be it indeed that I have erred, my error remaineth with me. Right? Because the scriptures all tell us, let not your iniquity lift up them, let not your sins weigh you down, or your iniquities lift up themselves, man. Because this could be a wrecking plan that the spiritual demon Satan used, man, to err you off from the truth, right? Because it's his duty to turn you away from the Lord, man. That's what he was created for. All right. So it says, my error remaining with me. Like, it be some sins that could stick with brothers, even if it been from a while ago, man. You know, every sin is forgiven except the sin of blasphemy, man. So if you actually repent and believe in your mind that you pass it, man, and you're a man of the Lord doing the work, then it could be forgiven you, man. Will it be forgiven of the Most High? It shall come to see, man. But it says, if indeed ye will magnify yourselves against me, Salaki. That was all I wanted in that. And be it indeed that I have erred, my error remaining with myself, man. That's why you got to do as Job said, this Job 10:1. It says, my soul is weary of my life, right? When you're going through the trials and tribulations of having distress in the mind and anguish, it says, I will leave my complaint upon myself. You see? Let it be within yourself, man, but also knowing that you got to keep on pushing. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. You know, speak it out with brothers. Call a brother or whatever you do to release and relax, man. Your spiritual energy, man, which is your mind, man. Okay. Now, now I'm gonna go to that, Sirach 15 and 12. It says, say not thou, he had caused me to err, for he had no need of a sinful man. I read 11. Say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away, for thou oughtest not to do the things that he hated, right? That the Lord abhorred, which is wickedness, falling away, man. All right? Being stagnant in your own mind. Say not thou, he had caused me to err, for he had no need of a sinful man. So the Most High not using you to come to err off, man. He using you to err from the ways of wickedness and come to the ways of righteousness, man. It says, the Lord hated all abomination, and they that fear God love it not, man. All right? Because your mind, your mental capacity can trap you, man. It can be an entrapment to you, man. All right? Even though it's for your good, it can also be that power that pulls you down too also, man. All right? That's why it's a right and a left towards the mind, man. Meaning it could left, which means to err off, and to go right, which means to what? Right the ship, man. All right? This is Psalms 19. Shit, ridiculous. And 12. And it reads, who can understand his errors? Question mark. Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Right? It says, keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over you, man. Because your mind can weigh you down, man. All right? Presumptuous sins, man. Let them not have dominion over me, man. Let them not have principalities over me. That's why we battle with principalities and high power in dark places, man. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression, man. All right? Because in Proverbs, it tells you, one second. It's a glory. Salaki. Proverbs 19:11 tell you the discretion of a man deferred his anger, which is your discretion is your insight. That goes back to your mind, your prudence. Of a man deferred his anger, right? All right. Put away his anger and his wicked thoughts and his error. And it is his glory to pass over transgression, man. Which Adam didn't use great discretion at that time when he transgressed, man. All right. That's why I tell you your mind deferred your anger, man. All right. And your mind got to be towards the scriptures, man. And it says back in Sirach 15 and 15, it says, if thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness. The commandments keep you from erring off, man. It says, he has set fire and water before thee. Stretch forth thy hand until whether thou wilt. So, you know, that error, which is that fire, man, and that water, which is the right, is that righteous own fountain, man. That gives you life, man, more abundantly. It says, before a man is life and death, and whether him like it shall be given him, man. So, that's the way the Most High rule, man. Right? So, before you, in your mind is good and evil, man. It's set before you this day. And Lord willing, I'm going to get that in Deuteronomy. Matter of fact, I get it. I think it's 3rd and get straight to the point. I think it's 19. 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good and death and evil. But I won't get the one in 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Therefore choose life that both thou and thy seed may live, man. This is how you help a man live, man. Teaching them the own precepts and commandments of this book, man. All right? And I'm going to get that in James. This James 5 and 19. It says, brethren, if any of you do err from the truth and one convert him, let him know that he which converted the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death and shall hide a multitude of sins, man. This is how you pass over transgression, man. By staying steadfast in this book, man. Constantly being with a godly man, man. As it say, man. Walk with a godly man, man. So he could teach you uprightness, man. All right? Because error is a lack of production. It's a lack of faith. All right? It's lusting in your desires. You know, that's what it called, man. But long as you is a lack of reading, there's a lack of connectivity to the brotherhood, is a lack of getting phoning the brother up, getting information, you know, getting good info on what direction you should take, or elder brother who have been in the same positions you've been in, man. Right? All right. I'll get this last one and get out of here. This Matthew 12, Salaki. Matthew 22. And this is a familiar one, 29. It says, and Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God. All right, yeah, because when you err off, you don't remember the scriptures, right? They're not set on the tablets of your heart, right? So that causes you to what? Bring your own discretion upon yourself, meaning you become your own judge, man, which is detrimental to your to the action you're about to take, man. All right, it's fatal. It's going to become fatal because you're not marching to the band of the Most High, man. You're marching to the band of your own beat. But with that, I hope it was edifying to the listeners, man. And until the next time, I won't say shalom.